Welcome back. If you've been following my story of my escape from Golden Dawn Tabernacle and the Message Cult, this is one of the last videos in this series. In the last video, we discussed how I was finally able to tell the deacons to leave me alone, and I'm living out of my truck, and I'm just trying to survive. I was finally able to find a place to live. A young woman at the call center that I was working at heard about my story and just happened to have a boyfriend who had an extra room, and she got me in touch with him, and I was no longer on the street. The kindness of strangers has always amazed me, and, they certainly didn't fail me in this instance. I met with her boyfriend, and we reached an agreement. I was paying him rent. I didn't have a pillowcase, let alone a bed or furniture, but you know what? It didn't matter. I sprawled out on that floor, and I slept like I hadn't slept in months. It was the first time I'd felt safe in over 4 months, and no one was there telling me how terrible I was or that I was going to hell. It was just me, my thoughts, those 4 walls, and it was freedom. As I'd mentioned in the previous video, my father had the key to my truck. And while I had gone through the trouble of even changing the color of my truck because I did not want to be found, I come out one day and lo and behold, the truck is gone. Now, I legitimately did think that the truck was stolen, so I called the police, but then it just dawned on me. That's probably not what happened. So I called my parents, and this time my father answers and said that he took the truck because he doesn't believe I'm going to be responsible and make the payments, and also they were kicking me off their insurance, which, fair enough. I argued that I had been making all the payments on the truck, and even my insurance payments. And he told me that as a co-signer, he had the right to protect his credit. And also, they weren't allowed to help me live a life of sin, which meant using their credit was helping me. Now, at the time, I had no idea they had absolutely no right to take my car, even as a co-signer. But I just didn't understand how things worked back then. They ended up paying off the loan, which, of course, went in my favor. And, of course, I was able to get a car a few weeks later. And that was it. That was the last time I ever saw anyone from the church, my parents, and, it's been over 25 years. All told, my escape took about 5 months before I was finally able to live without anyone harassing me, following me around, trying to find out where I was, all that good stuff. I always have a little bit of hope that they might leave, especially my sister, but, it's just one of those things that people are so afraid of leaving because they'll lose everything.